Hey guys, so if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm doing like I finally got a bunch of film rolls developed, the photos of Yeehaw Fall, and a lot of them I'm very happy with how a lot of these turned out. And what I wanted to do, and so you're gonna see them in the background here, and I'm gonna talk about a fucking goose biting me. One of these photos is of the goose, and you're gonna know it when you see it. It's a menacing photo. It's even black and white. I don't like using black and white film. I really like color, but I'm glad I took this one in black and white. What a menacing aura this.
Yeah, the marshmallows. Yeah, it's supposed to get this marshmallow flavor.
You almost said the word Buddhism, I swear to God. We're not talking about any of this shit. I've been way too fucking serious. We're done with this nonsense. Let's talk about the fucking geese.
The what?
So I try to feed the ducks, and I know that it's liberal handouts, and I'm making them dependent, but I try to feed the ducks at the park. And the ducks are nice. They're pigeons too, and they're ugly, and I feel like they don't deserve it as much, but I'll feed them too.
That's funny.
The problem is the fucking geese that are there. They're so fucking large and aggressive. I didn't even realize as they were drawing nearer and nearer to me that it was meant to be menacing. I thought, those are big ducks. And I just kept doing my thing. And
You're like a child.
I wasn't, I don't...
Like a kid.
So fucking...
Like a kid who doesn't realize they're about to get, like, attacked by a flock of geese.
Well, one of them, yeah, he bit me on the fucking arm. I don't think the bruise
really?
is now gone. Yeah, no, it was a pretty big bruise. Or not even a big bruise, but like a deep bruise. Yeah, no, and it really bothers me because now those ducks are going to go hungry just because these fucking geese are such unbelievable assholes about the whole thing. But that's why welfare doesn't work.
I'm glad that we're getting into ducks and social welfare of ducks and all that. You know what's funny about pigeons, though, is that people eat those things. Like, that's a commonly hunted animal in this area, especially.
Yeah, my dad and brother... I'm making... It's like you can really read between the lines in that sense. My dad and brother would hunt pigeons. Well, doves. But, I mean, I think it's really just a framing difference.
Yeah, I don't fucking get it, though, man. I just, like... It's like, hey, you want to go, like, shoot birds off of power lines? That's 90% of what that is. And, like, fence posts, and it's just, like...
Well, no, you're supposed to yell or something, make a noise. Because otherwise, yeah, there's no sport in it. It's the equivalent of going into a clay pigeon factory and shooting all the boxes. Like, oh, what a marksman you are.
Just the doom music starts playing as you walk in with your, like, hunter's orange. They just keep pulling you back, but you just keep shooting.
So I want to start doing this thing where we respond to comments. There's a few reasons for this. Number one, it will improve the algorithm because we're going to get more comments, and Al Gore will be pleased.
Al Gore, I like that. It's like an eldritch god.
It's his rhythm. It's his Al Gore rhythm. I've always mentally thought of it that way.
Sounds like a Russian
anyway, no, I've resolved to stop being such a fucking downer. We're not going to talk about Al Gore and how we're cooking ourselves and how fucking hot it is today. It's almost December. I hear Christmas music when I turn on the radio. I still run at 5 a.m. in like a tank top and short shorts and shit. Like, it's not even fall. Anyway, we're not talking about climate change. We're talking about mean geese. You know what? They gotta live out there in the climate. It's air conditioned in here. Fuck the geese. They deserve it. I go out there and I pour crude oil on them.
Yeah.
Teach them a fucking lesson.
Yeah.
But, oh wait, I don't know why I went to my channel. So, I can already say one of the comments we got on the last one. Hold on, I have a cold. It is here that I step away from the podcasting studio, which is my filthy desk, to get a tissue. Well, I'm a single man, so I don't have, like, tissues. I just have paper towels. And I have a nice calloused nose, because I'm a fucking man. And if you buy Kleenexes as a man, you're a goddamn woman, actually. I think that's stunning and brave, but you should live your truth. We now return to reading comments. So one of the comments we got in the last one, and it is fair, it's like Wolf should also be allowed to record later.
Oh, and do the dubbing.
Yeah.
Okay,
But, like, he doesn't know how to fucking edit a video. He doesn't know how this shit
You know what's
works.
funny? I thought about this briefly, like, cause like, I listen to every episode before I publish it just to make sure there's no issues in it, right? Even though you already do it, I just do it anyway. Also, I want to hear myself sound like an idiot. I hate listening to the sound of my own voice, but
It's awful. That's why I'm always doing the dubs, because I'm like, what a fucking idiot.
But I read that comment, right, and I thought to myself, what if there was this this like ping ponging of us dubbing over and over and over and over and just never progressing?
Honestly.
It's like, yeah, he's a whore. That guy fucking sucks, man. I saw him like suck off a dog once.
I'm absolutely going to start issuing further corrections whenever you start saying shit.
Oh god, you could say some shit after what I just said, can't you?
Maybe I will.
Oh god, we're there right now. Oh no.
See, here, it's like the third top comment, Splat42. Why are you the only one who gets to put in editor notes?
During this whole conversation, Wolf smelled. And he's a bitch. But also, I'm now reading the chain of comments beneath that initial comment. Like, one of the comments under that said, my first thought exactly. If I don't say this, you won't even understand what the fuck's going on, because I just jumped.
My immediate thoughts. You should have had a second thought, which is only one of us is going to edit the fucking thing. Also, Wolf doesn't know how.
No, here-
Wolf only knows how to draft a memo
Here,
and
Yeehaw
populate
Gaming.
a cell and fucking Excel. He's fucking useless.
Here at Yeehaw Gaming, we have like 10 or 15 editors it has to go through, you know. It would just make it more complicated to add one more editor to that, you
You
know.
start hiring it out to Rajit in fucking India, and
Let's
he'll
go.
just start being like, both of these guys smell.
He just starts talking shit on us. You know, like the stagehand and like Eric Andre, there was always that guy off the side. It was like an Asian guy in a denim jacket. I'm picturing that
Yeah.
guy talking shit to us, but like, I'm imagining that in my mind for some reason.
I'm only willing to do racist Indian accents, not racist Asian accents. I just wanted to draw the line.
Yeah,
You got to
'cause-
draw it somewhere.
Yeah, because all those Asian accents,
I
they're all the
really,
same,
I'm so
you know?
sick of disgusting racist rhetoric,
Yeah.
trying to make others feel small for something that they can't help. You know,
Yeah, and it's not a choice, you know?
Raji didn't have. However, you, because the thing is, if you're an Indian, you can pretend to be something else and maybe get away with it. Like, I can't tell. You can be like, I'm Bangladeshi, and I'm like, okay, you're all right.
I was like, you're okay.
I don't even know where I'm called.
I really don't. I don't know enough about India. I'm sorry. I know that like Bangladesh is like.
I know that
like,
there
separate.
are two different groups that we refer to as Indian, and one of them is cool, and the other one isn't.
I like that. Yeah. It
No,
really
I always
simplifies
mentally
it.
in my head, I've got the Daniel and the cooler Daniel meme, and it's just Indians and the cooler Indians.
What is Daniel in the cooler?
You haven't heard of that one? No, it's just
No.
like an old yearbook photo. This is from like 15 fucking years ago. So Velociraptor Wolf, he has his claw under his chin.
Shut the fuck
And
up.
he's thinking. No, it's a picture of two guys. It's the same guy in like a yearbook or some shit. One of them is Daniel, and the other one is he's wearing sunglasses, and it says the cooler Daniel.
Oh, Jesus! Oh my
Yeah.
God! Yeah, I just realized that I have
So
really.
it's that, but for races.
I just
So
have
I'm gonna
dementia.
we're doing a racist tier list in this video, which is honestly, it's been
That's
a video
awesome.
I've wanted to do for a long time, but
We're
I started
actually
reading
doing
a book about it, and it annoyed me. We've talked about the Costa paintings.
Is it? Wait. Is that the? No, I don't recall.
It was the Spanish Empire's race tier list.
I
we
remember
talked
it
about
now.
that.
Yeah, it's like a big mosaic looking thing.
Yeah, no. Well, it was funny because it's. So I only read like the first few chapters of a book about it, because I was like, maybe I'll make a video about this. Because doesn't that sound like a funny title and thumbnail? Race tier list. And then you get into the video and it's like, I'm not doing a race tier list, but I do have favorites, but I'll keep those private.
That's really funny.
But it was so from what I got from it the perspective, because this is sort of the dawn of the modern era, and consequently, like, there wasn't a fully, like, racism was still a developing discipline. You know, it wasn't all there yet, and so consequently, really the perspective on the Costa paintings, it seemed to be more so like human zoos were a thing. Like the last one in Belgium closed, and I'm gonna do a little ad lib here, or not an ad lib, the fucking.
So this is from Wikipedia, which has an entire
fascinating page on the phenomenon. So there are like modern art projects, which are sort of human zoos, but also clearly they're art projects. They're not meant to be just, look at this, we got a Congolese here. However, the last one that I would call really a human zoo seems to have been in France in 1994. So, of course, the French are a primitive people. And I think the one that I was thinking of here was in 1958 World's Fair in Brussels, Belgium, which included hundreds of Congolese people who asked to be sent home due to the shitty treatment they got from spectators. But yeah, it's a highly recommend. Good Wikipedia reading right here. But a human zoo was like, we got a fucking Swahili over here. We got a fucking Indian over here. We got a cooler Indian over there.
It's got Raven.
But the Costa paintings weren't meant to be like actual tier lists so much. But it was like, yeah, it's like this is a fucking mulatto and an Indian woman. And this is a Chino, which is a Chinese. We got a Chinese and an Indian here. Because like that, this was really in 1491 by Charles Mann or 1493. They're both go hand in hand. But like central Mexico, after it became like sort of this, feels weird to call it, like it was very much like the middle of the Spanish Empire. Like if you take all the silver out from like Peru and northern Mexico, you'd ship it to Mexico City, and then from Mexico City you'd go to the Pacific coast, and then you'd send it to China, and then you'd get your fucking silks and your spices and this and that. Then they'd ship it back across the Pacific, overland route through Mexico, because obviously Teddy Roosevelt had yet to invent the Panama Canal, which he dug with his two bare hands. And now we gave it to those dirty Panamanians for some fuckers. I shouldn't even say this, because apparently Trump unironically was saying shit about this. I don't even remember the details. But he was like, that's ours, still. It was like a 100-year-long deal. That wasn't long enough. Anyway.
Oh, God.
But then overland through Mexico. So, but, like, Mexico City had the world's first Chinatown. You know, like, it was, chinos. It just makes me laugh. That's what they call them.
It sounds funny when you say it. Like, you make it sound like you're trying to say the N-word, but not badly.
That's the Mexican word for black, is saying the N-word badly. And anyway, But yeah, it's just incredible racial diversity, not just like of Spaniards and, native Mexicans. Native Mexicans, you know what I'm saying? People native to the Mexican Valley. But just people from all fucking over. There were like African slaves, of course, too. I just wanted to add to this. There weren't exclusive, like, not just African slaves, but one of the conquistadors participated in the conquest of the Aztec Empire was a black man. His name was Juan Garrido. Also, Wolf, he's going to mention a kitten later, and he beats it. I watched him do it. He's trying to train it, is what he says, but I don't think you can train a kitten. I think he just likes inflicting pain upon it. But I let him. It's pretty fun. But yeah, Costa paintings were essentially race tier lists, and I highly recommend anyone look them up. They're just interesting. But the point of them was not just, this is the hierarchy, but also look at all the different types of people we got here. Because it was like the first real cosmopolis, just Mexico City.
What is a cosmopolis? I'm sorry, you're going to have to run that back to me real quick.
Like a diversity, like New York City is cosmopolitan, like it's got, it's got all different types of people. They got a Chinatown there too.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why, but just...
Oh no, I said that like that was news.
I just while we're on the subject of weird specific classifications of race, what is it? Oh my God, there was, I don't know who made it up, but where do quadrangs or quadroons come from?
Oh, quadroon, that's like a 1/4 black or some shit, is my understanding.
Is it American, British, Dutch? Where did that term come from? And it's so weird sounding.
I'm gonna frankly assume Mexico, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
So my point is, you'd think Mexicans are just Aztecs and Spaniards, but there's all sorts of shit in there. Yeah. It was that Dreaming Spanish website that I'm always using to practice my Spanish. It was funny. So one of the girls that does that, she's Colombian. And she looks vaguely Asian, but that's like not even unusual, you know, because a bunch of the cooler Indians look Asian. Like it's because they are. If you go far back enough, you know, they were Siberian, right? And but she did one of those DNA tests, and that was one of the videos. It was actually pretty interesting. It was mostly funny. She was like more African than she was pre-Columbian Native American. Inexplicably, she didn't look it at all.
So I actually wanted to say that woman who I'm talking about, she lives in Cartagena, which is a large city in Colombia. Between 1595 and 1640, Portuguese merchants shipped between 250,000 and 300,000 Africans into Spanish America. Ports of entry were Santo Domingo, Havana, Veracruz, and above all, Cartagena, which received more than half the total number of slaves legally shipped to Spanish America between 1549 and 1640. So it looks like Cartagena was a real capital of importing African slaves into the Spanish New World. Isn't history fun? And that reading was from Empires of the Atlantic World, Britain and Spain and America, 1492 to 1830, by J.H. Eliot. That was page 100. Also, in the interest of being exhaustingly literal, she was not majority African. It's just over 10% of her DNA was. I sound like a real fucking school measurer right now.
But it was just you just throw the entire world into a blender, and that's how you get a Latino.
I know that like we're talking about like a beautiful example of cultural diffusion
That's
in
what
the modern era.
You talk about. I know you didn't make this up, but like you talk about like the La Raza thing, right?
Yeah.
And it's always funny. It's like, which one? It's all of them together. I don't understand.
I don't get it either. That's why I'm talking about it. I don't
like
get
that's
it,
like
man.
I get being like a even that doesn't quite make sense. Like because like obviously like sub-Saharan African isn't one group. It's just you know. Send them all over here.
A lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah, it's a lot of different peoples there, but like any Latino supremacy in general, it's like you can't even measure the skull. Like I don't know where I'm going with this.
Can't even fit the forceps. Oh god, man. Let's talk about gaming for a second, man.
Sure, let's talk gaming.
Let's talk gaming. Today's gonna be a good fucking day because I'm switching my kitten to dry food, and as soon as I go home, I don't know why I brought that up.
No, it was a big milestone.
I mean, it's good, man. She's not using milk anymore. And then I'm playing Outer Worlds 2. I haven't touched it. I don't know anything about it. I loved the first game, but I'm so ready for the second one. There will be another John Ratwater playthrough, and it's gonna be bloody. It's gonna be bloody. There'll be contracts. There's going to be, NDAs. There's going to be all kinds of fucked up weird shit, man.
All I know about it is that with all the self-awareness of an autistic gibbon, Microsoft charged $80 for that shit initially.
Really?
But they backed down on it.
Really?
But, yeah, no.
Is that why that shit's on Game Pass now? Because everyone got pissed off?
Well, it's on Game Pass because, Microsoft was publishing it. They own Obsidian.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But, yeah, no, did we talk on the podcast about them fucking, like, it's every time you bring up Game Pass now it's a good deal. I'm like, yeah, for now. Because, it's like, wow, Standard Oil,
Yeah.
I don't know if I care for this John D. Rockefeller, but it really is the cheapest gas in town.
And this will never change. And it'll never
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'll never change.
No, yeah, I don't think we brought it up since the price increase. But,
not just an increase, It was like a 50% increase, right? It was like something crazy. It went from like $16 to $30.
I think that depends on what tier you're in. I was always paying
It
for
was
the higher
the
one.
ultimate, yeah.
Yeah. I think it was...
But now that's half a full price game. That's like 1.5 fucking Hollow Knights a month, I think.
Yeah,
I can't remember if Hollow Knight was 20 or 30, but
I've never played Hollow Knight, but the price is getting pretty up there.
this is the initial part of the podcast where I tell you to move that fucking can.
Okay, yeah.
All right, I'm sorry. I think I have actual insurance on my fucking computer. You're not a real gamer unless you've got insurance.
Yeah,
on your
you
rig.
should do that of all people.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, because like other than that, you have to become a monk for like a week until your new computer comes. And if that's the case, you have to buy that shit on Newegg on a fucking phone. No one's done that shit in a while. Like,
there was like an entire month of this past year where if my computer ate shit, I don't know what I would have done. Like that was actually part of the reason I got a new hard drive, like just because like my old one was old, and I had no reason to think it was failing, but it was like 5 years old, and I was like, I don't know. So much cat hair ran through this fucking computer at this guy's house.
Dude, it's bad, man. It's part of the reason I stopped using mine. I gave up the losing battle. There was a bunch of shit wrong with it. Yeah, anyway, Outer Worlds 2. I don't know anything about it. Do you know anything about it?
I heard pretty good reviews. I know that if you bought the deluxe edition, it makes fun of you, as it should.
Wait, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I called you a sheep, I think. Something like that.
Yeah,
which it should.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't really been keeping track of it. I bought the first one, and I was like, this is okay, which was the universal take.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I hope you like it. I mean, let me know if it's actually worth playing, but I don't know. I've just been replaying Bloodborne on stream. Check me out on Twitch. I put on a little bikini. I get in a hot tub. I don't even know if they still fucking do that. But
I think they're putting like CGI screens on like green panties while girls are like playing games now. I think that's the thing.
what?
Yeah, so like picture a girl's ass, but like with like some like underwear on, right? But you take their gameplay and you like, I don't know what it's called, but where you green screen onto the color of their underwear and you just put the game on that. I think that's where they're at now. So we're at like maximum goon. And I think they did that like a year ago. So I don't know where we're at now, man. I'm not plugged into the goon like lifestyle. You could tell me about that though. Like I don't know. Yeah, I'm not plugged in.
I mean, I got 2 monitors, and that's a little suspect, isn't it?
That's okay. At least you don't have a vertical one.
Man, I used to have one vertical, and I don't even know why. It was just for like my fucking Discord, but like I don't even use Discord really. Partially because I'm uncomfortable with Discord is so disgustingly fucking horny all the time. You'll just be like talking on there, and then someone will come in with a fucking furry profile picture.
Yeah. You feeling like furry's a little heretical, bud?
It's so passe to make fun of furries. I don't even care. Whatever. We looked up. We didn't actually include this in one of the podcasts because I used to just like constantly remove things for no reason. When I looked up Obama cockvore on Rule 34, it actually wasn't there. But
that's tragic. That's tragic, man.
You have anything to say on that?
I don't
Larry? He has no response. He's I think he maybe is a little disappointed, but I think what he's mostly disappointed about the fact is that we've yet to mic him up. We need to start actually doing a video component at this fucking point. But I have to charge all 3 of my fucking camera batteries.
Oh, is that literally it? It's like,
well, it's not just that. It's so
it's
the
like 3
setup that we
batteries.
have here.
Yeah.
I'm facing the fucking wall. You're mostly facing the wall.
Yeah.
And it's just my monitor. Like, I guess we could put some goon material up here in the future to keep it visually stimulating.
But we could have a goon studio. That's what I'm saying, man. Like
this is the first podcast by gooners for gooners.
Oh yeah, Charlie.
I know you're out there jorking your dinks.
Yeah.
So, we're there with you. What did you say about Charlie?
Charlie moved out, right? So like I have this empty
really?
room in my house. It's just like a mattress on the floor and a TV. It looks like a goon like situation.
I've had my mattress on the floor. That's not a goon. Well, it's a Venn diagram. There's a lot of shared space in the Venn diagram. That's just like a young man thing.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Like it doesn't hasten or facilitate. It does not facilitate gooning having your mattress on the floor. If anything, I think maybe a reclining situation.
Ooh, that does sound nice. God, my brother bought one of those beds. It was $10,000.
Really?
Yeah.
What a waste of money.
Yeah, he got rid of it after a year. He's one of those guys. But apparently it wasn't soft enough. This giant fucking bed covered with gears and shit. Yeah, it wasn't soft enough.
Gears. Oh, yeah.
There's like gears and springs and shit in there. I don't know how it fucking works. I don't know. But like, apparently it didn't work.
Was that for like sleep apnea reasons?
I think it was like back pain. He's like a trades guy. He's a lineman. So like just back pain and shit and all that. I don't know. He's a weird fucking guy, man. Like every time I hang out with him, I forget that like he's like 5 years younger than me, right? So every time I think about older than me, and I'm like 28, so he's what's that, 33 almost, somewhere in that range. We're just so worlds apart in the media we consume and like kind of like where we went after it, because we consume the same media as children and as teens, but like after that we completely split apart. Like he's like when I think about the things he did for entertainment for years, I'm like, that's so crazy. Like he was really into mobile gaming, like really into mobile gaming.
My little brother got into that.
Like what kind of games? Like Ebony Blade,
Clash
stuff like that.
Royale.
Clash. See, he never liked Clash. He liked Ebony Blade for one. Like he was.
I never even heard of that one. What's that?
It was like I think it was turn-based strategy, but this was like big in like, I don't know, 2013 to 2018, something in that era, right? But like he spent like thousands of dollars on games like this, like in the App Store, just like going around in bucket trucks, through the apprenticeship and stuff like that. So it made me think about like how interesting it is, like how differently we went from that point on. Because like I bought a new console at that point, because right around then I graduated and moved on, Battlefield and all that. Like he doesn't like play any multiplayer games and never really had the ability to, because by the time he moved out, we got internet at my house. So I got into Battlefield. He is still on like MK, Mortal Kombat Armageddon. That's where his mindset's at. He's still in like gameplay color mode. Like this is a guy born in 92, so it's or 90, I think. It's just odd,
I remember your house always had it wasn't out in the boonies, but I mean, I guess it's like if you're in a small town, they're just like these weird dead zones of internet. Like you had one of those fucking like Verizon puck things.
Oh, the MiFi. Yeah.
I remember it was like you would take it into different rooms just to slightly improve the god-awful internet connection.
But that's how I downloaded updates to my PS3. I would set that shit on top of my PS3, turn it on, and hope to God this would go through, and then like I would get yelled at because like, dude, those updates are insanely large. So like it would just eat up data. Dude, people don't talk about data anymore like that. All that shit's manufactured by all these like giant companies. Probably. It's probably the reason it's like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure one instituted it and then the rest fell in line. I don't know how that shit works, but if they ever don't start in the middle of the conversation, I will be incredibly sad, says the mum for the mum for the flying.
I'll be honest with you. I got dyslexia from reading that. I don't really know what that says, bro. Read another one.
Knowing that DJ PC enjoys mini Minute Man, or at least has a favorable opinion of him, makes me temporarily forget that I am, in fact, someone he would lash out against on principle. Thank you, Mr. Gaming. Now I'm wondering why... Oh, Amber Hernandez, so it's a woman.
Disgusting. That must be it.
This is for the boys, and it disgusts me that this is supposed to be a safe space. You see, and then the person right under A10 Warthog LOL. I suspect if I were a betting man, I would say that's a male. And he said simply Yeehaw Gaming in all caps, and that's the kind of comments I want to see.
That's the kind of fan I want to support. The one who just yells like like in the background, Yeehaw Gaming, like that guy. I like that guy. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
he gets it. Also, this guy Spencer wants a mycology episode from you.
I would actually.
I keep having ideas for a fantasy setting, but they keep revolving around eating people in some way, shape, or form.
Make a D&D campaign.
I don't want to make a D&D campaign. I want to write a goddamn book, and I'm never going to finish it. But basically, there's this woman that eats brains. She also has what's the name of that disease? Where you're like your skin is a patchwork. The word I was looking for was vitiligo.
I have no idea.
It was very trendy to have models with that. I want to call it woke. Just my knee-jerk instinct is to call it. Well, it's just like it was definitely in that. Like, look at how brave we are to use this absolute freak.
Jesus.
What was always fucking?
What's it called?
Condescending. I can't. There was a fucking hair in my mouth. I guarantee that whoever packaged the Zin that's currently in my mouth, they put a little pube in there for me.
It was a single Swedish man who has like unlimited health income. Probably, I feel like all like those packages are made in like Swedish countries because that's where they came from. So I just picture like a little Swedish man putting together a snooze in his package, sending it to America to rot their gums away. I'm still a Zen user, by the way. I want to make that very clear. I still love those fucking things, man. I don't know why.
I just had to quit vaping. But hold on, where was I going with this? I'm sorry. But she eats a brain, and she would then understand their. She's like the speaker for the dead. You know what I'm saying? It's like their religion. You know what I'm talking about? I got a whole thing about it. She lives in a mud hut with faces carved into it. I'm all about that.
You guys
shit.
need to know when he talks like this. He's got this faraway look at his eye.
But also, the problem is that then I thought of another cool world building thing, and then I shouldn't have said that one. People might take that one and use it for their own novel. They're never gonna fucking write. But basically, it's people they're mushroom farmers and they use dead bodies. I just like the visual of a field full of dead bodies, and it's like
what do they use? Growing out. What do they use the mushrooms for?
No, they eat them. Once again, it's all just eating people. I don't know why it keeps coming back to eating people.
Well, so that means
cannibalism has always been.
Well, that's interesting though, because in this world, that means that there is so many dead bodies that the excess of them has to be used for mushrooms.
It doesn't logistically, so it doesn't quite logistically work out though, does it? Like the idea of like this being like their, so that actually came from there's this old argument for Mesoamerican cannibalism that what caused it was the lack of domesticated animals that they could eat. To be clear, I can't remember who came up with that. That does not logically.
Yeah. There's an Aztec nutritionist who's like, we have a protein deficiency in all of our nation.
Well, it doesn't work for a lot of reasons. It's just it's silly. It doesn't work. But I find the idea interesting, like the idea of like an impoverished people eating human flesh because that's all they can get. Like I don't know. The exposures to cannibalism that I found, they're all like ritualistic. There's like some underlying like they're not doing it just to sustain their bodies. There's like something spiritual occurring. Like the Quran Kawa, they would eat their enemies to like damn them.
I had a weird long like period of watching cannibal themed media because my ex at the time was, and we watched like I think there was one movie called like Bodies or something like that was kind of about. It was like weird and like a suspenseful, sexy body horror thriller kind of way.
Women got a thing about that.
Yeah, that movie, like that's what kind of started that. But after that, I was like, okay, let's watch Silence of the Lambs. Let's watch all of them, all those movies, right? Mm-hmm. And in that case, most of those were based out of like trauma of prior victims, right? But I like the idea of the spiritual aspect of it, or the rock in a hard place aspect you're kind of describing, right? Like, are you not describing like a situation where they have to eat people? Yeah,
I'm describing where it isn't spiritual. Well, maybe it is spiritual in the case of the woman that eats their brains. I don't know. Maybe it'll be spiritual for all of it. I don't know. What's important is how do I fit the samurai robot that has no purpose in there?
How do I get the Gundam bot in this shit?
No, the samurai robot is like the main character. It's his whole thing. He was built and he was told that his job is to kill this man that killed the maker's mother. But it's like that wasn't the robot's mom. And more to the point, essentially the robot wants to join this order. And it's sort of... The order's whole thing is like sort of vows of poverty, vows of chastity. And how does a robot take a vow of poverty and chastity? It cannot give the sacrifices necessary to be a member of this group that it was told its entire purpose is to be a part of. Because the maker that created the robot, he didn't understand any of that shit. They were just people with cool swords in his head. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think exploring.
But essentially, it's about sacrifice and purpose. And I've written the first chapter 30 times.
I mean, like, exploring those themes sound really cool.
No, it does sound nice. The hard part about getting sober is you tell yourself, once I get sober, I'll finish these projects. And then you get sober and it's like, wow, that shit's hard. I don't want to do any of that. Oh, no. Honestly, I've always suspected I'd be a better collaborator. Like, this is maybe a comic that I should work with someone on. Also, because the problem is, like, all this stuff, a lot of this stuff is, like, I don't know, like, I like writing dialogue a lot. I struggle with plotting. I like writing characters. I struggle with arcs. Where does the robot fucking go? Like, this, I have his central conflict. I have his driving desire. But the thing that I've come with, like, is essentially, like, in order to... We're not talking about this.
Well, there's a character I have in mind, right? He's not a well fleshed out character, but like I think it was Immortal Engines. Either the first or second book, probably.
That is the thing where the cities eat each other, correct?
Yeah. There was like a movie that was shit or something like that, right? But there's a character in it called Stalker Fang, and the whole theme of that whole series, right, is like the several evolutions of civilizations rising and falling and rising and falling and rising and falling, and we're just at this point of this cycle, so to speak. That's the big overarching theme. And Stalker Fang was supposed to embody like a man out of time within this, you know. He was like a robot humanoid cyborg thing, right? Mm-hmm. But from several iterations of this cycle in the past, you know, and like what was left was like this kind of confused almost human being that all it knew was to stalk one of the main characters and all that. That's all it really knew what to do. But I don't know why, but I'm thinking about that character when you're describing this robot.
I wish that I said this right before you brought him up, but I was going to mention how naming characters is hard. And I've been calling this guy Samurai Robot for so fucking long. And so I should name him Stalker Fang. Because naming characters is hard.
It's a terrible name, yeah. Like that. That's
well,
just like
it is a children. Well, I guess a young adult.
Teen
book, right?
fiction. Teen.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna say young adult. Yeah.
I know I've talked to you about this, but I remember because I always loved reading, and so naturally English teachers were always took a liking to me. And I remember it was like freshman year in high school, and I was always reading young adult fiction. I'm not like embarrassed about that. Like I was in the target demographic for that, even if it was primarily aimed at women. That's just like the nature of it. But I just bring that up because I was like getting so fucking tired of love triangles. Essentially, I was getting tired of the cliches of it, you know, which is fine. I was also around the age where it's like you should probably be graduating from that. And it was, my English teacher was like, you should really read Divergent. And I want to thank the author of Divergent, I forget her fucking name, because that piece of shit book is what finally got me to stop reading young adult fiction and pushed me into finally reading the classics. That's what I got into Kurt Vonnegut and Ray Bradbury from there, because I was like, what a stupid shit-ass book that this is. Man, I cannot remember the name of the author for that. It was just awful. There's like, it's a dystopia. Society's split into, like, even the Hunger Games. All right, the Hunger Games is thematically more interesting than people give it credit for.
Yeah.
Because like even the love triangle. Like I remember, like the main character, she wasn't into the love triangle. She was genuinely in love with one of them, and the other one was like this. She essentially became this revolutionary figure, and she didn't want to be one. She just wanted to. She wanted to have independence, but like that was something that had to be fought for, and so she had to lose her own independence in this fight for independence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there was also, I will never. This. Let's talk about sexism. Sorry, Amber Hernandez.
Let's hear it.
All right. No, so I shouldn't blame women for this. I should blame movie studios, I guess. But certainly women went along with this shit. I'm sure there were a lot of them that were like, wow, what the fuck? But, so in the Hunger Games, in the books, capital citizens are described as disturbing to look at. Mm-hmm. You know, it's funny, I saw this brought up recently, and it bothered me. I fucking hate liberals so goddamn much. This sounds like an alt-right podcast. But no, I hate it was like Trump face or some shit. The Mar-a-Lago look is the term that I saw. Yeah. And it's essentially plastic surgeryed up women. Oh, like I didn't realize that Joan Rivers loved Trump so much. Like, no, we're describing the looks of like rich, vain women and men now. You know, I shouldn't say men now. But, you know, but just like plastic surgeryed up, Botoxed, skin tightening shit. You know, just that look. Yeah. And there's nothing partisan about it. It's a look that the wealthy will cultivate. A look that now the goal isn't even to have plastic surgery. The goal is to look plastic surgeryed up because it denotes it indicates that you have money.
Yeah, a level of status. Can afford
it. Yeah, exactly. But the Hunger Games sort of I wouldn't say it called that out, but it was like these capital citizens and their bizarre, extravagant styles were disturbing and unsettling. And then in the movies, it was just like their makeup was a little over the top. And then I remember it was watching Comedy Central, and I never watched the movies. Partially because I saw that in the trailers, how they didn't look disturbed. Like, it was Elizabeth Banks, one of the most beautiful human beings on the face of the fucking planet. And they were like, we're just going to cover her face in white makeup, and that's a capital citizen. And it's like, no, they should all look like Joan fucking Rivers, even the men. And, anyway, it was on Comedy Central, I was watching it, and it was like the Maybelline Capital collection of makeup. Where it was like not only are we not leaning into how disturbing these citizens are supposed to look and how disconnected they are from their own actual humanity.
Yeah.
No, here's how you can look like these people.
Yeah, well, let's
there are
advertise
capital makeup tutorials all over fucking YouTube.
Yeah.
It really. So this is not me actually being sexist. This is Hollywood producers watering down themes that young girls should be exposed to for the purposes of selling shit to them.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit's fucked up, man. Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like there's more examples of this. I have not observed this trend because I haven't really thought about this. But yeah, totally, man.
No, I'm trying to think.
I got any others?
No, I try to think about women as little as humanly possible. I clearly don't succeed.
I mean, like, I see the juxtaposition is ridiculous. Like, they just off the bat ridiculous, and then beyond that, it's like makes me angry immediately.
I remember there's this one character in the last book, which they split into 2 parts for the movies. But that's just, they do that for all those fucking books anyway, don't they? What was it? She looked like a tiger. Like, she was plastic surgery up to the point where not only did she not resemble a human, I can't remember if this was just speculation, but she didn't, that sort of cat-like appearance just sort of happens through plastic surgery up people. But, like, was this on purpose or not? I can't remember in the book.
Well, I mean,
but like I did out of curiosity look it up, and that character did exist in the final movie or the second to final movie, whatever. And she like helped the heroes as they were doing their raid on the Capitol.
Yeah,
or whatever.
the come into God moment and all that. Well, I feel like it's not just marking status.
No.
Right?
The point I was trying to make is that they did show her as what was her fucking name? Like Tiger Woman character. Hunger Games. She did Tigress. No, that they didn't. She does not look upsetting enough at all.
I hope no one looks.
But
this
yeah,
up.
it's meant to. Yeah, it's like this is like she. Whatever. She just looks like an extra from Cats.
I was just about to say Cats. I couldn't remember the name for a second. I have no idea why I couldn't remember that name.
Yeah,
I feel like
somewhat unsettling looking.
I feel like my issue with the movies, if I had to pick out one issue with the movies, is the fact that like. The first book really tried to capture this idea of desperation, starvation, black markets, and all that. You know, they really tried to capture a what's the word for it? Sort of just living by any means outside of your means and all that. They really tried to capture that and then compare it to this level of excess in the capital and all that, right? And I think that's where all those horrifying aspects come, like the whole eating and purging, you know, like you can make the whole Roman bacchanal.
Which the Romans didn't actually do, by the way.
I didn't know that, but you can make all the bacchanal references. Like we can all like understand that, but like even if it's not true, it's weird that we still.
No, it's fine for the purposes of a book, like to illustrate the gross excess of these affluent people.
But it didn't seem like it was just based out of like showcasing a level of status, right? It seemed like this was more like this is just how they existed in this awful, horrible, disgusting system that they were born and bred into, right? And like what we're seeing is like this character comparing that, you know, between shooting and selling a rabbit on the black market versus watching someone eat soup and then throw it up and all that, right? Like it's that's kind of what I took away from that. Not so much like a class struggle as much as like a what's the word for it? More of a difference in understanding of resources, I guess you could say. I guess that is a class struggle. You know, I don't know.
That is a class struggle. A difference in understanding of resources. Yeah, it's they're criticizing these people who have so much, and also simultaneously, I guess, their vanity. You know, it's. I remember definitely. I didn't watch the fucking movies.
No.
But in the trailers, you can see like everyone is dressed in. It's like, how do we illustrate that these people are sad and struggling. We'll make them wear sad gray clothes, and we'll make the color tone. We'll color grade it so where everything's all washed out. In the books, it was described like a third world place. Like, everyone is wearing dirty clothes. They don't have enough clothing and this and that, and it's... There was also physically... They were olive-skinned. They were olive-skinned with, like, gray eyes, which is a little...
I just think that...
A little pretty, I think.
This movie was just like... It was just made for mass appeal, and it robbed everything out of it, right? Like, could you imagine if that movie was written by someone who cared, and you raised the restrictions on it to make it rated R, potentially? Like, you could really make a good story there. Like, right?
No, I want to talk about the silliest one. And this isn't like how it undersold the themes of the book or whatever. But so PETA, there's a bit in the books where he was a baker. And frankly, the logic of this didn't carry at all. But he was a baker. And
like lifting the bags, right?
well, no, it carries that I guess he could have been burly or whatever. But he decorated cakes or some shit. Number one, how many it's one thing to sell a cake. It's another to be like a professional cake decorator. Like, how many fucking cakes are getting decorated? He should have been on like a Food Network show or some shit where they take cakes and make dolphins out of them. So what he did is, like, during the Hunger Games, his skill that he used is he camouflaged himself perfectly. And it's like, okay, that's a bit of a stretch. But in the books, it's played like he had a good understanding of color, I guess. It's like, okay. In the movie, he just made himself look like a rock. Like, perfectly. Hold on. Let me show you the fucking
like some
photo.
Return of the Ring shit, right? Like,
he's a perfect Hollywood makeup artist. It looks so fucking absurd. Like, brother, what are they... You see how fucking stupid that looks?
He looks like the Thing. Like, this is perfect.
He looks like, and I understand this is what happened, like a Hollywood makeup artist.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Well, like, make me look like a rock, man.
Yeah, this looks like a character from, like, that Face Off TV show back on Sci-Fi.
Look, Jesus, man. Here's people tweeting about it. This is like a 10-year-old tweet, so we're doing some hot takes here. This is an alt-right podcast that talks about young adult books for women. Let's also talk about Twilight, and how it's about eating, and about how women have a fixation on the eroticism of cannibalism, because the woman's sexual experience is one of being eaten.
And we're back!
No, now we're just cribbing ContraPoints. This is our alt-right niche, so what we do is we just take shit from ContraPoints, the trans breadtuber video essayist. We just say it with a masculine...
You said so many words I don't understand.
Alright, so ContraPoints is a trans woman who She talks about, she does the bisexual lighting. And she's like, here's a 2-hour video essay about Twilight, which is excellent, because I read every Twilight book. I don't know how I'm not gay, because my tastes are gay, but I have no taste somehow. I'm really just damned.
Well...
Homosexuality is not enjoying the male body as a man. No, it's just enjoying Twilight and listening to too much Doja Cat. I can tell I'm not actually gay, because the gays don't actually like Doja Cat. They like her music and dislike her personality because she's a shit poster. I fucking love every part of Doja Cat because she's a straight shit poster and she hates her fans. It's fucking incredible.
You're the cattiest gay man I've ever met. Sometimes you understand that, right? God, just go to a Doja Cat concert. I'll go with you. That shit sounds awesome.
I don't want to go to a concert.
That'd be awesome, bro, man.
No, I do not want to. I don't like live music because I just don't like people, I think.
To be honest with you, I've only been to one in the last 5 years, and I just went for more as a joke to go with a friend. You ever heard of
That's the gayest shit I've ever heard. I went to a concert, ironically.
I know.
The one concert I've ever been to, and I believe you were there, it was Sublime with Rome.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. That was... Oh, God. God, that's so cringe. Why would you bring
Revolution
that up,
performed, because we were high school stoners, and I didn't fit neatly into any category as a high schooler, but I guess the closest was stoner.
Yeah.
I mean, we were in football, but we were linemen, so we weren't cool.
I don't know. I feel like there's groups of weird linemen who are like us or were like us everywhere, and I feel like there's a difference. I don't know. I feel like that's a group of people that exist, but of course I'm inside it looking at myself, so I'm like, yeah, of course there's more people like me.
But wait, who was the concert that you went to? Ironically,
it was Health. It was a Health concert.
Oh, that sounds fucking rad. What part of liking Health is ironic, you piece of shit?
Yeah, I didn't know you like Health, man. That shit was dope.
No, I love Health. Yeah, well, I shouldn't say I love them. Because there's like...
There's a charm.
I've never put on an album by them and listened to it from start to finish. But yeah, no, I like them a lot.
Well, they had this really good album I liked, right? Where it was just a bunch of... what was it? Collaborations. It was a series of collaborations, and there was this one song I can't really remember. It was Health and Lamb of God, which is not a band I'm really a huge fan of, but I like heavy shit, so I was like, yeah. But this song was just, I was really into like the Doom soundtrack at the time, man, and I was working out a lot, so this all kind of went together. But that album was great. I think it's Bleed is the song. I can't recall, but if you look up Health X Lamb of God, you'll find it.
Oh, I think that one is in my circulation just because you sent it to me.
Yeah, it's a banger.
It's like, because like I don't love Health. It's just like I listen to 3 or 4 of their songs. I listen to the one from the Max Payne soundtrack that everyone likes, Tears. That one. Like, I remember in high school you were constantly trying to get me to listen to like metal and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And it was fucking exhausting. I have very eclectic taste, and I like all sorts of shit, but heavy metal shit I've never enjoyed. I like more electronic-y heavy stuff. Mm-hmm. I fucking love that new Rico Nasty album. It's not heavy enough, so I shouldn't use that as an example. Like, I've heard the term witch house for, it's stuff that it was the Ruiner soundtrack introduced me to it.
Like Wiccans and shit?
Honestly, it's like, think of like house music. This is not what the vampires were listening to in Blade, but the kind of thing that if there was a nightclub full of vampires now, they'd probably be listening to shit like that, like sort of like heavy, but more electronic. But yeah, no, I remember in high school you were constantly trying to get me to listen to like Judas Priest and shit.
Oh yeah.
But my ears are gay. Like I like all sorts of music, but it all comes back to my gay ears, and I don't care for any of that.
It's because shit. As like a stoner, you get into Tool. You just find Tool eventually. At one point all paths lead through Tool. But as I got off of that, right, like my friend at the time, I guess I might need to bleep his name.
Yeah, I'll bleep that out because I don't even know how to get a hold of him.
Yeah, but he's got a really specific name. No one could ever. There's like 10 million people.
So what were you saying about Thaddeus?
Anyway, Thaddeus.
I remember I was so mean for no reason. I wasn't even making fun of his weight because I was fatter. It was elementary school. His name was Thaddeus, and I found that hilarious.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I called him Thaddeus.
Okay, so our mutual friend in high school, Thaddeus McCraig, recommended that I get this album called Ride the Lightning, and I had like heard like For Whom the Bell Tolls, because Zombieland, it was the intro song. So like I thought that song was cool. I loved that's when I began to realize I love thematic elements in music, and heavy metal is incredibly based off of thematic elements. Like it's, if you're really into the message of heavy metal, you have a problem. Like you have an issue. But like if you're into the thematicness of it all, how weird it is, how ridiculous it all is, it becomes fun and enjoyable. And the aggression isn't like seen as a bad thing. It's more or less seen as just fleshing out that emotion in a way. Like everyone feels different about music. But anyway, so he recommended I get Ride the Lightning. And we started to drive home, and an actual thunderstorm started kicking up, right?
Oh,
really? Yeah, we listened to the whole album all the way back, because it was like 30 minutes to the CD store. Yeah, anyway. So that I just... I listened to it on the way there. We chilled for a few hours. On the way home, I listened to it, and I'm listening to the Call of Cthulhu at the very end. I'm like, this album is amazing. I love everything about what I just heard. I love the... What is it? I could go through all the songs. I don't really want to, but like it was just a really good album, and I highly recommend it to anyone.
It's the only metal album I like. Ride the Lightning.
Yeah, it's just sick, man. And I like Metallica instrumentals a lot. So not Ride the Lightning. Call of Cthulhu is like stuck in my head. Like that's a good like lifting song for me because it's rhythmic as well and heavy.
Yeah,
enough.
That really is a genre where you can get away with dorky subject matter.
Yeah.
Like imagine a rapper trying to make a song about Cthulhu. or some battle between like the winged hussars and the Ottomans. You can never get away with that shit.
Oh, I want to hear the new metal version of Sabaton. Yeah.
Yeah. The only literary references that rappers are allowed to make are all biblical for some fucking reason. I don't know why.
I don't know. Do you are you into that heady cerebral rap scene? Are you into that? I'm not really a big rap guy. I like a little bit of like Biggie, but Tupac.
I don't even know what you would call cerebral rap. My taste in rap is pretty pedestrian. Like my favorite rapper is Kanye West, and of course you got to say a lot of things if you say you like Kanye West. Now, so I should be very clear. I only like his anti-Semitism. Nothing else. I don't even like his...
Yes. Music sucks. Love his political views.
But no, I obviously... Kanye West, I don't take any of it seriously because Kanye West just needs you to be looking at... It's the same reason he started wearing the MAGA hat and then ran against Trump. Like, he just needs you... And he has the thing that a lot of people that are insecure have, that I myself have, where it's like, if you have anyone that will follow you and listen to you, it's like, all right, now I need to test this immediately by saying crazy shit. But like,
yeah.
Like he had one song, and I can't even remember. I think it was like fucking Off Donda. No, that would have been before. I don't know. He had a falling out with Jay-Z over the MAGA shit. And, like, Jay-Z was, like, the guy who, like, he got his start producing on a Jay-Z album and all this. And, like, Jay-Z, it was under Jay-Z's label when he first started being able to rap over his own beats and shit. So it's, like, a decade-plus long relationship. And I'm not trying to say, like, it was a good relationship for him or whatever. Because they both are going to get implicated by the Diddy shit. And they've both done heinous shit. And because this is... how do I put this? I don't understand any rapper getting canceled, and I'm including this guy who just got for having a dead 15-year-old girl in his trunk.
Jesus.
It's a kind of music, like, it's always, like, I understand feeling betrayed when, like, some skinny white boy with a guitar, and he gets caught doing, like, horrible shit. And it's like, oh, he writes, like, nice songs about love, and it's like, oh, I feel betrayed. That rapper has been telling you exactly what he's about since day one. Mm-hmm. Like Kanye West, whenever he's inevitably... I don't even want to say canceled. Can you cancel Kanye West? Once he's finally implicated in, like, I don't know, like, a bunch of girls with Diddy or some shit. It's like that has been in his music since forever. Like, I don't like any rappers. I like rap music. Because I like it because it's id. I think I only like it... because I make YouTube videos. If I didn't have something where I was making shit and I occasionally needed to psych myself up about it, it's like, there's like a Tyler the Creator bar I fucking love. Fuck your goat, I'm Billy. It's stupid. But that... I don't even know where I'm going with this shit. When I was working on getting myself out of the hole I dug myself into over the past, like, year or so... Thought I Was Dead by Tyler the Creator. I listened to that shit non-stop. Trying to take what I got, but none of y'all got what it takes. That's a good fucking line right there. But it's about psyching myself up over, like, my output, over what I've done and what I'm doing. Does that make sense?
I'm glad you picked...
I don't know how to put it.
Well, I'm glad you picked that song instead of, like, I don't know, like, Give Me the Loot or Warning, you know? It could be out there, like,
well, I don't
people.
I don't listen to, like, gangster rap. I mean, like, I remember...
Love gangster rap.
Yeah, I remember whenever we would talk about it, our very limited conversations about that back in high school, because I didn't listen to any of it, and you just exclusively listened to Biggie. And I talked about, like, the Beastie Boys, and you were like, you'd make fun of them as though they aren't knowingly lame. Like, they've always known they were fucking lame, and they didn't care. It's like not all rap needs to be about being an actual killer.
Okay. It's not
like
the
Kanye
killer
West will
aspect.
wear a fucking pink polo. It's a restrictive idea of rap.
It's like the I don't know what it's called in this style of music, but like because there's not like instruments and shit, but like it's the way it all comes together that I really like about Biggie and Tupac, right? It's because that '90s sound is what I really like. You know, I just know the words, and yeah, I can sing every word of Give Me the Loot and Warning, but like. It's really just the way they made that music. I love it, man. I love the what's it called? Oh my god, I don't know shit about rap, dude. What is it called when you reference old music and you put it in your music? What is it called? Like living?
Wait, you talking about sampling?
Sampling, yeah. Like
wow,
I love their samples too. I loved that shit, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, I just liked it. It sounded good to me, you know.
I like the G-Funk sound a little, but in general, I'm not really big into classic rap. I mean, frankly, at this point, early Kanye probably falls under classic rap. I mean, shit.
Yeah. There's people old enough to drive who are older than his first album, I think, at this point.
Oh, I don't think. No, I think I did talk about this on the podcast. The realization that I was doing a Hannah Montana thing at college where I don't talk about my work. Obviously, I'm joking. Like, they don't know and they don't care.
You have a blonde.
But but the realization that did I talk about this on the podcast? I'm not going to repeat it.
No. Go ahead. You instead.
Well, I just put on the disc. I'm not going to go listen to all the old That's like 5 hours of us blathering. And
no, not the old one. I meant this one. But if you're gonna,
it does. I'll just fucking tell the same story again. We're on podcast 5. We're treading old ground. We should be talking about like old bullshit stories from high school more often. In general, I need to not be talking about fucking philosophy, of which I know very little, because it's tedious, and because I went to that park to feed the fucking ducks, and I was thinking about mindfulness and living in the moment, and how that really that's the thing about that's always been my struggle is living in the moment, because the moment is so often I was trained to not live in the moment. I had to become Don Quixote because my reality was so bleak as a child. But like as an adult, I cannot exclusively be daydreaming all day. It's not healthy, and it's not. Also, my work is sort of daydream. I don't know. But the point is, you go to feed the ducks, and you think about mindfulness, and you live in the moment of feeding these ducks, and the geese will bite you. The moment is unpleasant, Wolf. The geese are coming, and you bar the gates, Wolf, with the daydreams.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, I love that shit, man. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, sometimes I feel like I'm caught in a rut, at least personally. I feel like that. So I just have to, like, force myself to do shit I knowingly know I don't like. Or I think the term I don't know where I found it from, is, like, a lesson in futility. I love myself a good lesson in futility. I love that shit, because if I don't love it, I fucking hate everything. So I have to love it.
What are you saying? You enjoy sweeping dirt roads?
Not exactly. I have to. If I have to sweep that dirt road, I have to learn to enjoy it. Otherwise, like, this is like, it's gonna make me question everything to the point where I'm just like, what the fuck is this all for? And then I want to become a step barbarian, and I want to flee to the hills and collect scalps. But God, no, it's just
there used to be a place outside of civilization you could run to. There always was, and that's just completely gone because civilization just won the game. They control all the resources now. I don't know. There are like fucking reservations in sub-Saharan Africa where you can still go live a nomadic hunter-gatherer lifestyle. Do you think they'll take me, Wolf? I was watching like an anthropological like documentary, and they were just like talking and chilling. It was like one of the guys was talking to the other ones, like they were baboons, and they could hear them, and it's like, you want to go baboon hunting tonight? Imagine me baboon hunting, Wolf. The geese win fights against me, Wolf.
I'm just picturing the scene from Blood Diamond, but it's Leonardo DiCaprio just shaking you the whole time.
I've not watched Blood Diamond. You keep referencing it.
You really should. Watching? It's sick, man. Yeah. There's something about hunting baboons in it, but like, I mean, like, I really love the idea of like, subsistence living and all that. I'm glad you bring this up, just because yesterday I decided that I want to start hunting. Like, it was never really something I put a lot of stock into, but I decided I want to do it now just because, I got the guns, I live in Texas, like, surely there must be an easy way to hunt, right? Fuck no, it's not easy to hunt. It's a nightmare. It's a fucking nightmare figuring this out, dude. Like, there's all these weird systems that exist for hunting, right? And because, like, the only decent way to go hunt something easily is to go talk to a farmer and say, hey, if you got some pigs, could I shoot them? And I'll promise not to hit someone, or one of your cows.
It isn't just finding a lease or whatever.
You can find a lease. You know how much they cost?
How much?
Thousands of dollars. Are you willing to pay like $2,000 to shoot a single deer? Maybe 3 or 4 times?
If I was financially doing better, yeah.
That's some dentist shit,
man, it's
bro.
Wild how much... Yeah.
That's some dentist shit. Like, there is huge tracts of open available land that exist, and like, there are flocks of deer out there, There's pigs everywhere. I'm a pig hunter. I don't want to shoot deer. It's like shooting a cow for me. Like,
the worst part is civilization isn't actually good at like utilizing existing resources.
Well, I mean, like,
how many mesquite people living here for thousands of years would... Well, I don't want to say this about the Karankawa because I don't know, but obviously a lot of Native American groups, I know the Apache did, they would make flour out of mesquite pods and eat it. Mesquite seeds just fall off the trees and no one anywhere eats them anymore.
Yeah, everywhere around here. Yeah, I was thinking about making a list of edible forages in the area, right? Mostly seafood based, right? But like, Mesquite pods is like super high on the list, and there's a few kinds of like native gourds right around this season. If you're driving through Texas right now on the side of the road, preferably in South or Central Texas, you'll see little yellow gourds like melons. I don't know how edible they are. A lot of like things like this, they haven't been bred to be less toxic, so it may need like a few steps to make it less toxic and edible, like boiling, removing the water, boiling again, removing the water. That's the go-to for most plants everywhere, besides like your run-of-the-mill banana, like a cloned banana and all that. I
have a hunting proposal.
What's up? You want to do it?
So there's some geese at the park.
Yeah.
It's genuinely absurd how not afraid of me they are, and I don't want to hurt a random animal, but it's like on another level, I'm like, they need to have a fear. It is absurd that this thing that weighs 10 pounds is giving me so much shit.
They walk around honking.
Because it's
Where's their fear?
I'll go out for a run and like a dog will chase me, right? And you just like kick at it. You don't have to actually kick it. You kick at it, and it will demonstrate the appropriate level of fear it should hold. You kick at the geese, and it looks at you like you missed. Like it doesn't give a fuck at all. I had to tap it on the nose with the monster can that I had, of course. And only then did it back off. It is only by actually applying physical pain to the animal that it will show any fear at all.
I have to say something real quick. My mom taught me this when I was younger because we lived next to a goose pond. The best way to get rid of them is to grab them by the neck and fling them away. It will not kill them.
Okay, I'll do that next time. All I could think is like...
Only if they're like on you,
it fucking bit me.
Yeah.
No, next time I'll fucking do that because it's like they're not tough. It's like there are small animals that are tough and that you shouldn't fuck with, obviously. Like what's the famous example? A wolverine.
Armadillos
a badger.
is a good example. Yeah.
What?
Well, you get leprosy.
Oh, yeah. Should I not be fucking all these I wear a condom.
You got it. Move on. Move on. God, please.
Yes. I like it. I like the texture. Those armadillos, they're ribbed for your pleasure.
All that chitin.
I actually have to go to class. We're going to call the podcast here.
Oh, God. Okay. God. God, like and subscribe and all that. God.
Oh, have you been clipping this whole fucking time? It's not that bad.
What's up?
No, it's fine. I need to be pushing down the volume on your microphone. It's okay. You're fine. You didn't do anything wrong. But, all right. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Adios.
Adios, gamers.